Greetings, I am CrossKnights, and this is Let's Play Breath of Fire 3. And we're doing it. I've mastered everyone. Hey! Thanks for coming all the way to see me. So you've learned my secret, Nina. Just take life easy, one day at a time. Here, I got something for you. Nina got it. It's an item that when you walk, you gain health back. It is useless. I know. You don't want to be my apprentice anymore, right? Yeah. Sorry. Well, if Nina wants to quit, there's nothing I can do. But yeah, it's you walk and you gain HP. It's just I'm not gonna you're not gonna walk far enough for that to matter. Is basically the thing. Well, there's a little Ryu level up, and yes, I'm going. This took a very long time. Not as long as I thought it would, but a long time. I'm going on a mad quest to get Nina leveled up so that she can learn Blue's last ability. Now, I could have done it on Ryu because he's higher leveled up, right? That might have made more sense. But, and here's a Gar level up. Ryu would have been so over-leveled, I'm worried I would cream the final boss, and I didn't want to do that. Nina being over-leveled, though? Oh, look at that. And she learned her final spell, the final lightning ability. It's very good, actually. Nina being over-leveled doesn't matter as much. She's not getting attack, she's not getting health, she's not getting defense. She's just getting magic. And I've discovered magic is just kinda under-prioritized versus attack in this game. I think she could do double damage, and she would just be in line with where she should be, as opposed to where she is now. So maybe that'll put her there. But yeah, I just ran up and down this hall. It had a lot of enemies that were relatively easy for Gar and Nina to kill. And with the Monopolize skill, sometimes I got like 4,000 experience, which was absolutely great. Not often, but there, look at that. 4,100 experience. So yeah, every... Look, we'll come back to that. Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that. Nina's now at level 48. And I think I needed level 51? I mean, but you look like she's getting, you know, I mean, she is getting some power. It's just the power. I'm not going to have Nina attack anyone. Maybe. Unless I'm going crazy. There's 50. And I needed another one because I needed an additional level for Lang to get his stupid Cupid thing. And there it is. 51. I can get the final ability. Now, there's actually many abilities that I need to get from Blue right now, because I haven't been back to her in a bit. I figured I'd just get them all in one shot. And I'm not even gonna distribute, like, the spread of some of these abilities, like, Nina just learned that. She's the one that needs it. The spread of these abilities, I wish happened sooner. They could have made them weaker, but I also have to accept that maybe because I have such experience with the game, I'm probably sailing by while being more under-leveled than maybe they were expecting. Fine, quit. You must think you're really special, huh? But yeah, she learned Celerity. That is the final ability. We're gonna keep Ryu on here, and let's take care of the fairies. So, you might remember, I don't think I cut it out, but I took away one person from hunting last episode, and apparently if you do, like, 300 battles, even if there was only a little bit less food than they needed, enough time is gonna pass, since it's based on battle, that it's gonna kill pretty much your whole village, and that's what happened. I thought about not showing this. I thought about just ignoring it, never coming back here, because, like, that's a downer, right? These are fairies that we got to know personally. Now, who the hell is Pan and Zwei? But I mean, a few people survived. Moon's a cool name. Porch. Most of these guys lived, I think. Oddly enough, I don't remember Candy or Yip. But yeah, that was rough. Especially because, like, pretty much all of the gift people died, and I would have gotten so many wisdom fruits. I think I got 2 though, which is still fine. Honestly, I'm probably not coming back here. This is probably it. I'm gonna buy a balance ring just in safe, that in case. Like, confusion is one of the worst status effects. But I probably won't need it. Alright, let's see. A vitamin. So that means I could get 6 vitamins. I'm not even gonna get it from everyone. So, I would have had to level up Ray also, like, 7, 6 levels, and I didn't want to do that just to get Bunyan's disembowel ability, so I just learned Bunyan's disembowel ability. Simple. Much more simple. In fact, I learned it the first round. I wasn't expecting to get it that fast, but I just looked up where they were and I got it, so. And, you know, there's a few other abilities, so I wanted to just show off a little quick. But anyway, I'm camping now, that's why the thing changed. And now, let me just, it was all really for this. Look at all those stars. Do I need most of those abilities? Do I want them? No. But the point is, most of the time when I Let's Play something, it is the last time that I Let's Play something. I never play the game again. It's happened so many times. I'm trying to even think of an exception to that rule. And except for maybe playing for like an hour or something, I can't. It really is true. Fury, I love that game. Every time I think about playing it again, I just watch my Let's Play so I don't have to get good at it again. So only one last thing I wanted to do before I left the area. I wanted to see what this Yggdrasil said. As I'm trying to remember. It's important. This is the enclosed new world created by the goddess. The union of we humble servants of nature became an obstacle to her control, so I was cut off from the rest. It makes me think that she's responsible for the desolation of this part of the world, and that it was specifically to stop him. Because look at this forest. It is still thriving right next to Yggdrasil. Anyway, might be relevant later. Let's go back. Yeah! Just wanted to show that off. I mean, yeah, you know what? Ray and Pico are both decent. They just need a few more levels to be truly Lucky Strike. Are you kidding me? He actually got me with a Lucky Strike. Alright, let's go. Yeah. Alright, that might be the last time I end up doing that, because I don't think I'm going to be using Pico for the last battle. Well, there's your last level up there. Nice power increase. If I was going to use Ray, I'd be giving him the lightning ability, but nah. I know my party, and I'm honestly have chosen it for storyline reasons more than effectiveness. Alright, the party I want to use is Gar, Nina, and Ryu. I don't know why Ryu's down there. I guess it's because he's not in front. That makes things confusing. And I don't think I need Chain, which is... I mean, using Chain, the only thing that would do is let Gar go faster. And I mean the chain formation that makes everyone the same speed as the first guy. It would actually make Nina slower. So, like, I think I'm gonna use something else then. If you remember, Honey ran off last episode. I wonder what else she can do. Attention. Navigator code for highest level functions accepted. Access to library mode granted. Let's go. Feel like we got an invitation. Wonder if Tipo ever came here. Look, you can't even see Ryu. It's just like two blue tufts of hair behind Gar's wings. Yep. I feel like I'm being led. Welcome We serve the almighty goddess. Before you meet with the holy Myra, please heed our words. Alright, looks like a hologram of some sort. What? You have monsters in here? I am a guest, and I'm gonna be attacked by a giant suit of dumb armor. This thing is so hard to kill, and I hate it. I'm not fighting it right now. The holy Myra awaits you ahead. Okay, I thought I was gonna have some words. Thought you were going to foist some words. Before the coming of Myra, the world was dying. The wounded earth was being covered by sand, and the very life was being sucked out of its inhabitants. The grieving Myra used all of her divine power to divide the world into two halves. The one half being where you are now, the desert of death, and the other, the world that you came from, overflowing with life. I like that they showed, like, the most sandy, bleak part to display that, but okay. Look at that sand with garbage on it. It's teeming with life. You see that single fish? He's hopping. The two worlds are separated by the vast and violent ocean you call the Outer Sea. Which protects your world from the desert. The majority of the life that escaped death was taken, like yourselves, to the other world. What is this place? Like, I don't get what... Like, we're on, like, a... It's like we're inside of a circuit or something, I don't know. Like, I don't get what I'm supposed to be looking at here, what type of facility this is. It is Myra's desire to protect life. To protect your world. Even a monster's life is sacred to Myra. You killed, like, 2,000 Alright, don't do it. Don't get distracted, guys. In order to protect the life that she so loved, Myra insulated many forms of safeguards and controls. Foremost among these is the control of technology. So that's why they're shipping machines here. Myra makes sure that there are no dangerous machines, like weapons, being developed. Myra allows the use and repair of only existing machines, and keeps the study of machines from leading to potentially destructive ends. They're not saying how she does this. It does seem that she has humans shipping machines over, though. So she wants us to be able to use them, but not to truly figure it out entirely. I feel like I have to... My gamer instinct makes me need to look over here, just for peace of mind. I think I know what's over here. Disappointment. Oh. Did I just walk in a giant circle? Oh. Well, now I'm disappointed that I didn't talk to that person. Damn it. I missed some lore. Oh well. Ray. Nina. Momo. Guardian Gar. And Ryu. My brave, strong children who have crossed the violent ocean and the burning desert. I am Myra. Oh, great and mighty goddess, we have journeyed far seeking you, that we might know the truth. Oh, goddess, tell us. Why did the brood have to be destroyed? Is there anyone who wishes the destruction of a life? I certainly do not. However, the power of the brood was too great. Too great for my small, small world. As you know, this side of the world is almost entirely buried in sand, making it almost impossible for anything to survive. Life has been driven nearly to extinction. I have to preserve what little is left. I have to save the rest of the world from the danger called the brood. So what you're saying is, we should just sit back and let you take care of us? Like with your babies or something? Exactly, Ray. If I did not hold it back, using the outer sea as a shield, the desert would slowly, inevitably spread across the entire world. If I did not continue to create the machines that would be repaired and used worldwide, civilization as we know it would surely perish. So she's creating the machines. That's interesting. I assumed it was all salvaged from the previous civilization. But, well, we don't have any means now. Someday we might be able to build our own machines. If the world were covered by sand, your lives would be consumed by the struggle to survive. You would not be able to build anything. Even if you succeeded in creating the machines you needed, can you say with certainty that you would not also build a weapon which you might also destroy yourselves with, Momo? In the past, the world was large, larger than you can imagine. Many people once lived in Cesarhan, but the people fought and quarreled, and the city was swallowed by the desert. I wasn't able to protect them. I will not make the same mistake again. I will protect you and all the life that is left. I understand what you're trying to say. We are weak, and maybe we do need help and protection. And the power of the brood may be similar to the power that destroyed the city so long ago. But what are you saying we should do? Are you saying that Ryu must die? Or that he must spend the rest of his life locked up in some little room? In an artificial world? Like Tipo? No kidding. I don't like the fact that this is all being controlled by you. That you're pulling the strings. I'm just like a little kid, see? If you tell me to sit still, it just makes me want to run around more, yeah? Oh, goddess. We have no desire to give Ryu up to you. Nor do we wish to see him killed. Wow, guard drawing steel on it. Having traveled with him, I can say that I do not believe that the power of the brood is as fearsome and dangerous as you claim it to be. I'm shocked that nearly the entire world is covered in sand, but with our power working together, then maybe, just maybe, Enough, my children. I admire your bravery and courage, Ray. There is no need to worry. I will erase your memories of this place and simply return you to where you belong, Momo. My strength is admittedly small, but it is all that you have to live with. Do you understand, Nina? Thank you for bringing Ryu here, Guardian Gar. Your mission is now complete. What about me, Myra? You didn't call my name. Don't you know who I am? You're Yggdrasil? You won't be able to get away with this. Not while I'm around. All I'm doing is leading my children by the hand, giving them a world that they can live in. Myra. These so-called children have crossed the entire world to get here and overcome the myriad barriers that you set before them. All for the sake of helping their friend, Ryu, find his destiny. Ryu? Very well. We will let Ryu decide. What do you want to do? If you give up your power, the world will continue to live under my protection, as it has until now. Your power, which has brought you here, is too big for the world. Like the other brood once did. Accept your fate, my Ryu. To tell the truth, I'm really frightened. We're not strong at all. If you go against fate, something awful might happen to the world. But I've always believed that you weren't a bad dragon. I'll always believe that no matter what happens. I only know how to fix machines, you know. But we can dig up those machines, even if they're buried under the desert, and learn from them. Even if the world is covered in sand, we'll still be able to do something, as long as we don't give up, right? I brought you here simply because I wanted to know the truth about my actions. I may have had a selfish reason, but I've learned one thing from all of this. Now, more than Myra, I trust you, Ryu. It's all because of that nonsense she's going on about that Tipo ended up the way he did. She messed with my brother. That's the one thing I can't forgive. Ryu, you have to believe in yourself, and believe in those who believe in you. I think I see where they all stand. It is time to make a choice. A decision on the fate of the world hangs in the balance. Give up the power of the brood and live in a peaceful world watched over by the goddess, or believe in the power of the brood and travel into the empty desert, where unknown dangers await. Ryu decides to give up his power. Carrying the fate of the world is too much for Ryu. If giving up the power of the brood will allow the world to stay the same, then that's the best choice. You have made the right choice. Ryu, that is true strength. Giving up your horrible power to protect the world. I'm proud of you, Ryu. Let it go, my Ryu. Ryu chooses to give up his own free will, to give up the power of the brood and stay with the goddess Myra. And so time passes. Unchanging. No. That doesn't seem right. I think she's just messing with my head. I gotta go back. Okay. Let's not do that. If you remember, Breath of Fire 1 and 2 also have multiple endings, and there's usually only one. I mean, technically, Breath of Fire 2 has 2 endings that both of them could work. Both of them are real. But there's also one where you choose to do nothing, and it's never a good thing. Let's try this one more time. Ryu decides to choose his own path. Ryu realizes that he couldn't give up his power. Of course he thought of his people, his destiny, and Tipo. But more importantly, he felt that if he gave up his power, he would no longer be himself. Do you realize what it is you are trying to do? Do you? By making me your enemy, you realize you are making an enemy of the whole world, don't you? I have faith that the brood are not so foolish. Come, lower your weapon. Ryu realizes it was foolish to challenge a god, but he held his ground. My poor Ryu. Your great power has driven you mad. What of those that do not have such power like the brood? They cannot live without my protection. By not giving up your power, you threaten their very existence. Just as I always believed, the brood truly are a danger and a threat to the world. Not true, Myra. It just means that life is no longer content to live in the little cage that you made for it. Yggdrasil, no matter what you say, I will protect this world. For the sake of all life on it. Myra, life in your world has been protected from the desert and death, but it's not the same as living. Ryu, son of the accursed brood, the time for talk has ended. If you will not change your mind, it grieves me to harm you, but I have no choice. For the good of the world, you must die. Choose 3 party members to fight against the goddess. So it looks like they have their choices. Here's why I'm choosing these 3. It is, again, not mechanical. Gar going against the goddess physically is the absolutely capstone to his story. I think that's great. What about Nina, though? Honestly, I think Gar and Yggdrasil might have a better claim on this fight. And that's all. This is this is probably the biggest twist in the entire game, is that Pico was Yggdrasil the entire time. If you haven't watched the other 2 games, Yggdrasil is in both of them. In the first game, am I wrong? Yggdrasil might only be in the second game. Well, regardless, the character Spar is an embodiment of Yggdrasil in that game. It was actually, you know what, I'll go over this later, but there was actually a clue who Pico was in the second game, which is crazy. Someone in my Discord actually pointed it out to me, which was very cool. I'll go over that during the credits, I guess. But yeah, Nina is she's just always been in the final battle. I'm pretty sure I put her in the final battle in the other games too, so she's just always been there. It just makes sense for her to be there with me. So that's why she's here. And, yeah, we'll see if she survives. She didn't get any defense during any of her, like, 15 level ups, but we'll see. It pains me. It grieves me, my children, that I must take up arms against you, against the very life that I have sworn to protect. But you must understand, Ryu. I can't let your power roam free in the world. To protect the lives of my other children, I must become unto a fury.
Farewell, my children.
Oh my. The final battle is here. Nina is going first, that makes sense. Does she have any prep? I don't think so. Do I have any items? Ginseng, raise 1 target's power. Ryu. Screw it. We're going right into it. Infinity, Trance, Radiance, and Gar. Focus up. Now, I'm pretty sure that Myra counts as a demon and Demon Bane will work against her, but I guess we'll see. Venom. Oh my god, I forgot to equip them with the items I brought. Oh my god, alright. Part of me wants to go back, I've got to be honest. Whatever, we're gonna try. We're gonna try this. Because you see how Ryu just got his... I wanted to put the light bangle on him so that I wouldn't get affected by status effects. That's what I did for, like, hours in the... I just cursed because I'm so flustered that I did this. That's what I was doing for hours in the fairy village, was to prepare for this. Alright, well, Ryu's blind now. I'm just gonna use this. Nina can heal the blindness that shouldn't have hit him if I had actually done my damn job. And you're gonna use Demon Strike. Take that! Decent damage. All in all, decent damage. This is... Oh, God. I just needed... I at least needed to protect Ryu. But look at that damage that he just took. Hell yeah. Demon Blade is definitely working. Okay. Ryu? So here's the thing. This is what I didn't realize about this form, is that you could still use your skills. I thought you were locked into this. I didn't know I could look over here. That means I can use things like Shadow Walk in tandem with Infinity. So that's what I knew I was missing something with Infinity. Anyway, Bone Break. Nina... Actually, you're gonna use the lightning power now. It should be better than when Ryu did it. And Gar, hit her with that Demon Blade. Boom, 1,000 damage. The Hammer of Thor upon you. Okay, 300 damage. She's in line with everyone now. That's like how much damage she should be doing. Now, I think only Nina's gonna take damage from this. But not even that much damage. Bam. That's, you know what? I don't know if Demon Blade is working. I forgot that I used Focus on Gar, so he had power for that one round. Huh. Whatever. She's doing damage, though. Gar, heal yourself. I don't know. Kaiser Breath. Alright, I need to stop screwing around. I am, in fact, screwing around a little bit. It may not look like it, but... Also, I noticed that I am faster than Nina when I'm in this form, so it really does raise everything. Blizzard. Okay. Timely heal. Oddly enough, I mean, it makes sense because Nina's so highly leveled, but I think, she might be one of my attack dogs at this point. I think she can do more than Gar. Yeah, Gar, just keep the regular Breath of Fire characters up and we'll be good. Now, I actually went fishing. I may have screwed up my equipment, but... Yeah, I have 3 spearfish. We're gonna use one. Hopefully Nina doesn't die, but she might. Shadow Walk! There we go, 1,000. Alright, Blizzard again. Alright, I don't think Nina will die from this. Beautiful. And the Spearfish. Gar's taking a ton of damage because his weapon and he's poisoned, but we'll take care of that later. So Ryu could revert back. We have to feed him some Wisdom Fruit at this point if we want to keep him in this form. Unfortunately, I got a bunch of Wisdom Fruit. Now, I do believe that Gar learned Aura, and I should have transferred that to Ryu. But at that point, you're using so much AP, so I don't know. I think I just left it. Sanctuary. Neutralizes all auxiliary magic. That's actually why I didn't cast Protect on everyone, because I knew she had that. Max. Beautiful. Alright, Ryu. Just do it again. We're gonna hit with him with the lightning. Gar, however... Hopefully she won't just hit me with it again, but Celerity, this will raise all of his stats. Alright, what you got for me? Oh my. Again, this might only hurt Nina, because it is fire and wind, but it might still count as fire. Nope, okay. I guess that circumvents defense. Well, you see that everything is raised. Beautiful. Gar, I mean, I should probably heal his poison, right? She hasn't poisoned in a while. I hope I'm not, healing... I mean, I could. There is something I could use. Nah, just use an antidote. It's fine, Gar. She clearly won't kill you this round. Yeah. I'm assuming that's the strongest skill I can use on her. Who are you hitting? Ha 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 ha! Reprisal. There you go. Oh my God! What? Why did he do that much? Oh, is it because of the celerity? No way. No way. Is it? That would be insane, but it is possible. All right, let's just spearfish again. I gotta see this. Here, just attack normally, Gar. Is celerity way better than I thought it was? I hope she doesn't dispel before I get to see. But she might. Okay. Oh no, that's a paralyzed attack. It didn't work. It didn't work. Suck it. Yeah, no, Gar's back on the table, baby. Celerity did it. See, all of that leveling up was worth it, kinda. Gar, throw in a Holy Strike. See if it does extra damage. Ah. Venom. Oh no, he's blinded also. He could really use a bangle of some kind. Alright, well, Gar, we're not taking away Nina's attack. Actually, Nina needs to give me a fruit. And we'll heal both of our ailments at once. You're gonna say that you're a nice protective goddess and use an attack like that, miss? That is not the that is not the attack of a hero, miss. That's crazy. Alright, that should keep Ryu going. Nina, I think I'm gonna use my last multivitamin on Gar, actually. And let's try this again. Holy Strike. Hopefully not blinded. Hopefully not sanctuaried. Maximum. She's doing it again. I'm pretty sure this means she's low on health, by the way. Seems like an ultimate attack if I've ever seen one. Nina? Because I'm close to the end and it took me so long to catch it. Use the whale. I didn't even see if this did extra damage. I just did a regular attack. Oh no, Nina's gone. Nina's out. Ah, crap. I didn't expect her to be faster than Nina. Even Gar almost dropped there. Okay, 400. If anything, that did less damage. Shadow Walk, we just gotta hope we're close at this point. He's not gonna be able to save himself. Try Whale just in case he survives somehow, but I think Gar's out. Oh god, if I just screwed this up? Yeah, I might have just screwed this up. Yeah, because he's gonna revert back next turn, and I can't use items. Oh, crap. Okay. Go for broke! I don't know what else to do! I just have to hope she actually is low on her health. Alright, I should get one more round. I can't use Shadow Walk, though. I'm assuming there's not... Disembowel, yeah, I don't think that'll work on her. I just have a feeling. Yeah, no, we gotta attack. Oh! Wow, her mouth moved. That was interesting. Oh! God. Wait, did I do it? No, since things paused, I thought I did it for a second. What do I do? What do I do? Okay, I think what we do is Wisdom Fruit and hope she doesn't use some type of crippling status effect on me. Let's see how I deal with this. Okay, I can take a few more of those. come on. Resurrect Nina. I'm no longer faster than her when she uses this move. That's rough. Okay, I think I can take another one of those, but I don't know. Alright, Nina, for God's sakes, please be fast enough to use this well. She wasn't last time, though, right? It's fine as long as Ryu doesn't go down. Come on. Yes! Alright. Alright. Here we go. Okay, she's not using, I feel like I shouldn't say that word. I feel like YouTube's gonna come after me. Alright, from the brink of death here. Gar is blind and confused. Alright, we can take care of that, no problem. Panacea. Ryu, eat a fruit. Because we're going back. We're gonna go back to crazy mode after this. There it is. We should all be able to take this. This'll knock, Gar out of his most dangerous... Actually, it probably counts as a magic attack, so never mind. Ooh. It did, yeah, that counted as a magic attack. He's still confused. Although confused and blind are certainly two abilities that work against each other, aren't they? If she attacks first, Gar's going down. There's nothing I can do about that. But let's kick it back into, Infinity. I was thinking about doing Devil, like, Force, but no, I think the defensive is too valuable to do that. And I'd have Gar heal himself, but he's not fast enough. Alright. Who are you casting it on? This really matters. That's Nina. She can survive that. Yeah. Haha. Kaiser again! You thought you had us, but you didn't. Oh! Alright, well, he's lost any status enhancements that he got at this point. I'm taking a risk with Nina going down, but whatever. Shadow Walk, Gar. Give me the fruit. She's gotta be close. Oh my god, we did it! Alright, I might have just been able to attack through that, but I figured I should be cautious, right? Oh god, I almost biffed it. It's because I didn't equip the things I wanted to equip. I did so much prep and then biffed it. Whatever, we didn't need it. Suck it. It's over. No. For you, it's just beginning. It was a long, hard journey. But we did the right thing. Didn't we, Ryu? Gar? As a guardian, my life must end here, with the goddess. Time to die. Go. From now on, you must walk on your own. So his powers are granted from the goddess. If the goddess doesn't have her power anymore, he can't live. My world. I tried, but it wasn't enough. I fear the world will be destroyed again. What should I have done? What could I have done? If there is a god, answer me! Interesting. She considers herself not to be the higher power. What should I have done with the brood? Sister? It's for the best, Myra. You've protected this world until now. You went too far in your attempt to wipe out the brood. In the end, that was something your children had to overcome, to go beyond, in order to walk on their own. Don't worry. They can take care of themselves better than you think. They, and the world, are stronger than we think. I'm sure of it. Damn, we're getting a full Ryu view here. Wow, I didn't remember that it showed everyone. Though, where's Pico? Where's my Yggdrasil boy? And that has been Breath of Fire 3. I will say, now that I've played all of them, I had this feeling when I was a kid, too, that, like, Breath of Fire 2 was my favorite. And Breath of Fire 2 had some problems I didn't realize when I was younger. Mainly, the translation is atrocious. But the story just, like, really hits hard for me in Breath of Fire 2 in a way that, like, few games have. Just the way it has, like, this full circle moment. It has this, like... I don't know, they just did a lot with, like, very little dialogue. So, points to discuss. So many. 1, I just want to show this really quick. This is from Breath of Fire 2. In Breath of Fire 2, they have different forms that you can be. Spar has a form where you can fuse, and he turns into this. Doesn't this look like Pico? This is the one that they said is a spawn of Yggdrasil, and then they made Pico. I can't imagine this is a coincidence. I think they remembered this when they made him. So that's 1. 2... It's interesting, because I do believe that this goddess is the same goddess as the other games. I think she grew up. I think she actually was trying to be good this time. But there's a certain brand of leadership, of government, known as a father-knows-best state. That is where you are a brutal dictator, but you actually are trying to help the citizens. You actually are trying to make things better. It's just if anyone challenges you, you will brutally execute them. You do not let them stand up to your power. And that's basically what she did here. So here's what I think happened. Because when she said just the desert swallowed their city, what had just happened? No, I think that the humans got too technologically advanced and probably did create a weapon that caused massive destruction and probably caused that desert. I don't think it was her now that I think about it. I think most of the humans or all of the humans were wiped out in that case. So she was like, alright, I'll protect the humans that are left, but they can't have weapons, so that's the first thing. That's probably fine. The fact that she gave them machines at all, good. But as I said, these benevolent dictators do not accept threats to their power. And the Dragon Clan has always been a threat to the goddess, eternally, over and over, generation by generation. So she had them wiped out. And it's like, I don't even know if they were actually going against her at that point. It might have just been that she was like, they could though. And that's where it became unforgivable. Because she did one other thing, and that was to cut off the life tree. The Yggdrasil, the knowledge, basically, the ability to have this ancient knowledge, is the only other thing that ever threatened her power. And it certainly did in the second game. You note that the only reason she didn't win is because Pico was with us. That is why Tipo was like, I didn't realize you had Yggdrasil on your side. He was talking about Pico. The only reason Ryu got out of his little mind prison thing was because of Pico. You notice that something happened after Pico talked to him in his dreams. So I don't know, I think that's very cool. I remember hating Pico the entire time I played this game, the first time I played, and then when I found out he was Yggdrasil, I was like, I get why you're here. I didn't get why you were here. But yeah, I think she actually was trying, but yeah, I'm sorry. You can't say that you're protecting the world and that you're a benevolent leader if you commit genocide. You can't. And these people were not fighting back at this point. They would have had a right to, honestly, though, if they did fight back. That is my one thing, though. It seems like they should have fought back. And that's my main issue, is that I think that they, in the story, had them not fight back to make them a more perfect victim. Because then you feel more like, you know, if someone is, like, being wiped out and they fight back, it's very easy to say, like, well, look, they're violent. We have to do that. We have to... But if they don't fight back at all, you notice Blossom in the desert. A hope already. The second mistake, though, was messing with Yggdrasil. I think that's what this is showing. It may have taken a few hundred years. May have taken 1,000 years. But I do believe that nature would have re-corrected themselves. There are sentient trees that can control the flow of nature in this world, in the Breath of Fire series. And she cut them off? You notice that the only place that had a forest was around Yggdrasil. I know that it's like Yggdrasil now, so my brain wants me to change it, but I've been saying it since the first game, so... If she had just left well enough alone, I do believe the world would have healed on its own with Yggdrasil. Maybe the humans would have become powerful again and blown themselves up, but hey, you know. Fine, I'm okay with you maybe modulating the technology, but she needed to stop there. Because in the end, the dragons were never evil. They've never been evil. And this game even proves that the goddess wasn't necessarily always evil. It's always just based on the choices. It's not the power itself, it's how you use the power. But if you use it to wipe out the only people that could possibly oppose you, not realizing that actually does more to unbalance the world, and then giving your power to a crime boss? That's still the craziest thing to me, is that Makabe had the demon powers. In the original game, she gave powers to tons of different humans. So I'm not even 100% sure that's what happens, but I can't think of any other thing. If you remember, the goddess Tyr, who I do believe is the same goddess, is a goddess of desire. And something different happens every game. I think this time she just desired to actually protect everyone. I think she ran the numbers. She saw that the world almost got destroyed, and she's like, what would happen if I was a goddess and everyone was dead? I can't allow that to happen. So she really did try. But in the end, she was still her. She's still a brutal dictator trying to get power. And she created this entire religion to justify what she was doing. And you know what? It pretty much worked. People assumed that dragons were evil and that they just tried to destroy the world. It worked. History bore it out. History is determined by the victors. Thank you for playing Breath of Fire 3. You can save your game here and try to fight the goddess again. Do you want to save? I certainly do. Oh, we got a nice clear file. By the way, the time is so big because I leveled up for like 1 billion hours. Was it worth it? I mean, Gar did do a little bit of extra damage during the final battle. And I got to say that I 100%ed the Masters and the Fish list. Yeah, great game. I love it. I'll probably never play it again, as is my way. If I want to play it again, I'll probably just watch myself play it. End of an era, man. Here's another... Okay, here is one other interesting thing. So I mentioned how the other Breath of Fires are not related. There's evidence that explicitly states that it takes place in, like, a multiple universe type other dimension. Breath of Fire 4. And it's because of... Despite what I just said, there is one character that is... I shouldn't even say it, because it's actually my favorite part of Breath of Fire 4, but I'm probably not going to play it. Breath of Fire 5, though, there is a case... That takes place in a world that has gone underground because some type of environmental disaster happened. There's not a lot of evidence, but it is possible that that game could take place in this world, even though the developers said they don't, but I don't know. I like my headcanon where if there's nothing to explicitly say that it isn't, which Breath of Fire 4 does have, and if there are links you can make, then I usually make them. But it's possible that people go underground after this, after the desert spreads. That being said, I don't really think so. I think Yggdrasil probably heals the Earth, slowly. But maybe in the interim, they do go underground, and then eventually could one day come back out. That's kind of what I like to think. Breath of Fire 5 is one of the weirdest RPGs I've ever played, by the way. Mechanically, it's insane. In a way, I want to show it just because of that, but not enough to actually show it. I don't like it that much. The other weird thing about the story, and this is only like this in this Breath of Fire, as far as I remember, Ryu's not really the main character, is he? The story is way more centered around Gar. And I say this because Ryu really comes off as a passive protagonist. He makes no decisions in this game. He wakes up in a mine, some thieves recruit him, he then gets kidnapped, he gets forced to fight, Gar saves him, let's go to this tower, he tries to kill him, Ryu's in a coma for like years, or just attacking people mindlessly in a mine, Gar's like, let's go to the goddess. Ryu makes no decisions until the very end of the game, and that is to whether to give up his powers or not. What does Gar do, however? Gar is religious to a fault to the point where he pledges himself to fight in a war. He commits an atrocity. He does it better than anyone else, in fact. He then starts to realize they weren't even fighting back. He realizes that something has to be wrong. He doesn't want to give up on his faith, but he does want to ask the goddess. And he brings Ryu almost as proof to be like, look at this boy, I believe in him. And then he goes against his own goddess, his own religion, in redemption, even knowing it will cost him his eternal life. Which one of these two people sounds more like the main character to you? Like, I almost feel like Ryu is only the main character because this is a Breath of Fire game. It's just interesting because Ryu's definitely the main... Actually, no. It could be argued that Ryu's not the main character of Breath of Fire 4 also. I just realized that. That's interesting. God, do I need... No, I'm not even gonna say it. We're not playing Breath of Fire 4. I know I have some issues with it. But I kind of want to revisit it. Alright. We'll put a pin on that possibly for all time. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Thank you, as always, to my lovely patrons. And thank you to anyone who has watched this entire thing. It has been quite the damn journey since I started at Breath of Fire 1. I will see you guys in what's ever next. Later.